Welcome back. It is now time for your weekly Lawyers on Call. Around the Tier sat down with a partner at Coughlin Gerhart. Take a look.
Today I'm here with Caroline Giles, who is a partner at Coughlin Gerhart, and she assists people with their estate planning. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me today.
Of course. So I know we want to get into what to do, what people should do after their estate planning, but can you go ahead and first just describe what exactly that is?
Absolutely. So today we're going to be generally referring to estate planning, and when we refer to that, we mean a power of attorney, a healthcare proxy, and a last will and testament.
Okay, so after someone completes their estate planning, what should they do?
After someone has met with an attorney and has completed their estate planning and has signed everything, the first thing I recommend to clients is to ensure that their originals are somewhere safe and known. I highly recommend that their will stays with our office when they're done here.
Okay, and why is that?
Well, when the time has come to use a will, the original must be used. A copy is not the same. It's really important that your executor knows where the original will is located. They don't need to see a copy ahead of time. They just need to know where the original is.
And does your executor get an attorney to help them with the job?
They certainly can. They do not have to, but it can be an overwhelming role. So if your executor would like to hire an attorney, they can. It can be the attorney or the office that drafted the original will, but it doesn't have to be.
So what would happen if the original will cannot be found?
Unfortunately, that happens sometimes for various reasons. The worst case scenario is that the laws of intestacy, the default rules governing inheritance in New York State, would apply instead of the terms of your will. And sometimes these don't reflect what your wishes are in your will.
And do you have any advice for people so they don't lose their will?
Yes, my biggest piece of advice is to do your will with an attorney and then leave that original will in the care and custody of that attorney. Coughlin Gerhart is actually celebrating its 125th year of business, and I like to say that to my clients because that makes them feel confident that we're going to be here, our office is going to be here, their will is going to be here when the time comes to use it.
Well, congrats. That's exciting.
Thank you.
And so once someone has all their original documents safe and secured, what else can they do?
So I always recommend revisiting your estate planning. So once it's done, at a minimum every 5 years, pull out your copies, take a look at them, see if you want to change anything. Laws change, family dynamics change, so it's best to review those copies and see if your wishes need to be updated. It's also a really good idea to update your estate planning after any major life events, such as moving, births, or even deaths in the family.
And if someone wants to make changes to any of those documents, are they able to do so at home?
I really don't recommend that. That should be avoided at all costs. Your changes need to be done in conformity with the laws of New York State, and if they're not, they won't be followed. So it's best to meet with an attorney to do that.
Okay, Caroline, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.